Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you're new. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. So in today's video I am doing some ombre nails and I'm so excited about this video. So Makartt reached out to me about a few months ago asking me to do a nail set using all of their products. So that is what I did, and they did upload it to their stories, so I thought I would share it on my channel as well so that you all can see how it was done. So right now I'm filing the shine from all of my nail tips. I did use my XXL ballerina style nail tips that I got from AliExpress, and I did cut them down a bit. So now I'm using my gel base coat and applying them to all of the nails, and when I'm finished I would cure in my lamp for 30 seconds. So starting off, I am using a Siesta, which is this nude polygel from Makartt, and this is my favorite nude polygel. So I am applying a large bead to the ring nail, and I'm just going to be distributing that on the ring nail, making sure that it covers the whole nail. Next, I like to flip my finger over just to taper in the side of the nail. You get a clearer look when you flip your finger over to see how the polygel lines up with the nail tip. So yes, I like to do that. I make sure to taper in the sides of the nail so that the polygel stays within the nail tip, and then I turn my finger over and make sure that the surface of the nail is smooth. So I just glide the brush over the polygel so that it is smooth, and when I'm satisfied with how it looks, I would cure for 30 seconds. Next, I'm going in with my second bead of a Siesta on the ring nail. This is to build the apex of the nail. So I just applied the bead of a Siesta polygel to the nail bed area, and I'm just going to be evenly distributing that around the cuticle area so that is covered. And then when I am satisfied with that, I bring the polygel down the nail a bit, but I try to keep the bulk of the polygel where the apex is supposed to be, so I don't blend it in too much. So I don't pull it down the nail too much. I just make sure that the bulk of the polygel stays where the apex is supposed to be, and then when I'm satisfied with how it looks, I bring down the polygel by applying pressure to the polygel with my polygel brush, and I blend the uncured polygel into the cured polygel, and that's basically how you do it. I have to make sure that as you can see from the side there, it isn't a nice transition from apex straight to the nail, so I have to make sure and blend it properly so that there's a nice transition. So as you all can see right here, I spilled some of my slip solution, so I'm just showing you guys that. And the polygel is still not cured on my nail, by the way, so I have to be very careful when I'm doing that. So yes, I'm just going to try to clean up that and refill my slip solution, because all of my slip solution was gone anyway, so I couldn't really do anything about it. I had to clean it up and refill my dampen disc with slip solution. So I am doing that right here, and also trying to be very careful not to mess up the polygel. So after all of that, I am going to continue to blend the uncured polygel into the cured polygel to get that nice transition. It took a while, but eventually I got the transition that I want from the apex into the nail tip. And yeah, when I'm satisfied with that, I would cure for 30 seconds. So I did keep a lot of my application in this video because I want you all to see how many times I apply the polygel brush onto the polygel before actually curing. And I did edit out some of the video because I didn't want the video to be too long, but as you all can see, this is the length of time I take just watching the nail from different angles just to see how the nail looks, and then doing my thing with the polygel brush just to ensure that the nail turns out pretty good. Sometimes I really get fed up and I just say to myself that filing will do the rest, but sometimes it's always best to take the time and apply the polygel correctly so that you don't have to file that much. So yes, I cured that nail for 30 seconds. Now moving on, I am using Makartt white polygel, and I just applied the polygel to the tip area only and evenly distributed that at the tip area only. And then I flip my finger over and I'm just going to taper in the side so that the polygel isn't outside of where the nail tip is. And I just wanted to show you guys up close, so that's why I zoomed in on the nail just to show you guys what I am doing. And then I flip my finger over and I smoothen the surface of the nail, and then I blended the white polygel into the nail bed area so there isn't a harsh line. So I'm just showing you guys the nail from a bird's eye view, and I don't know if you could tell, but the left side of the nail had a lot more polygel than the right side. It was a bit of a slant, if that makes sense, so the left was a bit higher than the right, so I was just pulling the polygel over so that both sides could be even. So that's what I was trying my best to show you guys. I don't know if you all could see it, but yes, when I'm satisfied with that, I would cure for 30 seconds. Next, I am going to be using a Siesta at the nail bed area because we are going to be doing some ombre nails, and I could have just done the white tip for all of the nails and then go in with the nude, but it was a while since I had done any ombre nails, so I wanted to be sure that I still got it. So that's why I did the pinky nail first, because I did do these nails about 2 months ago or a month ago, I think. I'm not sure, but it was a while ago. So anyway, I did apply the Siesta polygel and evenly distributed that around the cuticle area. And I always like to ensure that the polygel is straight across the nail so that when I ombre, it ombres well. If it is a bit uneven, it doesn't ombre well for me. So that's why I like to ensure that the polygel is from the left to the right of the nail is straight, and then when I'm ready I would apply pressure and blend the polygel into the white, and when I'm satisfied with that I would cure for 30 seconds. I hope I'm making sense with what I'm saying, but I will be doing the rest of the nails and I would explain what I am doing, because I think that went by a bit too fast for me to really explain it, especially to beginners. So anyway, moving on to the middle nail, I am applying the white polygel to the tip of the nail, and only the tip of the nail I am doing with the white polygel. And as you can see, I flip my finger over and I make sure to place a nail polish so that you all can see how I am just tapering how I taper the side of the nail so that the polygel stays within the nail tip. And then I turn my finger over and make sure that the surface of the nail is smooth and the surface is really good. And I am just showing you guys how sometimes the surface of the nail isn't level, so I have to pull some polygel from one side of the nail so that it is level. So that's what I was trying to do. The tip of the right side of the middle nail was a bit slanted, so it didn't have a lot of polygel on that side, but the left side had a lot of polygel, so I was just pulling some of the polygel to that side, you know. So sometimes you have to look at the nail from a lot of angles just to ensure that the nail is even, the surface of the nail is even and stuff. And always blend the white polygel into the nail bed area so there isn't a harsh line. So always blend the polygel at that area into the nail bed area. So I cured the middle nail for 30 seconds and now I'm going in to do the index nail, and I am doing the same thing. So I'm just going to let this part play out, and if you've reached this far in the video, I'd just like to say thank you for clicking on the video, and make sure to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. This really helps the channel when you do, and also let me know what else you would like to see on my channel as well. So yeah, I'm just going to let this part play out and I'll be back shortly. So this is how the nails are looking so far, and I think my application is really good for this nail set, because sometimes my application isn't that great, but for this nail set so far my application looks really good. So moving on to the thumbnail, I am doing the same thing. And I really wanted this video to be very detailed, so that's why I left a lot in this video. I tried to edit out as much as possible, but I still wanted a lot to stay in the video so that you all can see how much effort it takes to get a perfectly shaped nails using polygel, and to ensure that your application is really good. It takes time, and sometimes I don't have all that time, so sometimes I try to do shortcuts and stuff like that. But for this nail set I didn't do any shortcuts, so that's why I kept a lot in the video. So that's why this video is like 41 minutes, so I'm very sorry about that, but I really wanted this video to be really detailed. So after curing the thumbnail, I am going to be using my Siesta polygel on the middle nail. So I just placed a bead of the Siesta polygel and I'm just going to be applying it around the cuticle area, making sure that the cuticle area is covered. And I'm just going to be patting the polygel and making sure that the Siesta polygel is even on the nail. So if the polygel isn't even, I make sure to push the polygel to one side of the nail if it isn't even. So I'm just patting the polygel and looking at it from either side, and as you can see right here, I make sure that the polygel is straight across the nail right there. So I make sure it's straight across the nail and then I just pat the polygel all over just to make sure that it is even. And then when I am satisfied with how it is, I would blend the polygel into the white. And this didn't turn out too well. I did not like this at all. So when I don't like how the fade looks, I make sure to push the polygel back up. So I'm basically doing a do-over. So I push the polygel back up on the nail and make sure that it is straight again and pat the polygel and all these things. And it wasn't straight enough, so I was wrong for blending the polygel right there. So yes, I realized that and I tried to push the polygel back up on the nail and try to pat it and stuff like that. I kind of messed it up a bit because I think I psyched myself out because I didn't start off too well, so it kind of played with my mind because I had to do this like twice before getting it. It is looking okay here, but it didn't blend good enough, so I had to continue to blend it. Had to be applying pressure and pulling the brush down the nail for it to blend properly. Eventually it did work out for me, but it took a little while because I am comparing it to the pinky nail where I blended it really nicely, and now I am on the middle nail and it's not blending as well. So yes, it took a while, but eventually I got it. And always make sure to look at the cuticle area when you're blending your ombre nails, because while blending your nails, the polygel at the cuticle usually floods the cuticle if you're not paying attention. It happens sometimes, so you just have to like look at the cuticle. So when you're finished with blending, always go back around the cuticle area just to pat it around the cuticle area to make sure that the polygel did not flood the cuticle area. So yeah, I'm just trying to blend the nude into the white, and the middle nail took some time because yes, I messed it up the first time, so I was trying to perfect it a bit. I think it looks okay, so I think I did cure it after this. Now moving on to the index nail, I'm doing the same thing. So I just placed the Siesta polygel on the nail bed area and evenly distributed that around the cuticle area, and I'm just patting and making sure that the nude polygel is applied straight across the nail so there's a straight line. And when I am ready, I would blend the nude polygel into the white polygel. So I think I should have removed some polygel from this nail because as you can see, when I blended it, it reached close to the tip of the nail. So what I did was applied a lot of pressure to the nude polygel so that I could remove some of the polygel. So applying a lot of pressure and just pulling it off of the nail, that usually works too. So that's what I was kind of doing, and then I cured for 30 seconds. So this is how the nails are looking so far, and I think they look really good. Now moving on to the thumbnail, I am doing the same thing, so I'm just going to let this part play out, and if I have anything to say I would pop in and say it, but yeah, I don't think I would. So after curing the thumbnail, I did miss that area right there, so I'm just applying some of the Siesta polygel to that area and blending it into the nail. I don't know how I missed that, but I did. I would expect to miss that area probably on the left side of the thumbnail, but not the right side, which I see all the time. That's so weird, but yes, I did miss that area. So I'm just blending the Siesta polygel into the rest of the nail bed, and then I cured for 30 seconds. So now I'm using my Makartt clear polygel. I'm going to be encapsulating all of the nails except the ring nail, but I'm only going to be showing myself encapsulating one nail. So now I'm just applying a bead of the clear polygel on the index nail. I'm just going to be distributing that to cover the whole nail. I have to make sure to cover the ombre so that when I'm filing, I don't file off my ombre. That's the most important area that needs to be covered. So I'm just doing that to the index nail, and when I'm satisfied with my application, I will cure that for 30 seconds. So this is how the nails are looking after encapsulating all of the nails. Now I am using rubbing alcohol to remove the tacky layer from the nails, and I did file the nails off camera. So I'm just showing the nails from the side to show the apex of all of the nails. All of the nails do have an apex. And this is after filing of the nails, and I think my filing looks really good for this nail set. Let me know what you guys think about it. Now I am using my glossy top coat to top coat the nails. And I cured that for 30 seconds. Now I'm going to be using this disco liner gel from Makartt. It is the blue disco liner gel, and I'm going to be using some striping tape. These are 3D striping tapes that I believe I got from AliExpress. I purchased them a while ago. So I'm just going to be applying some of the blue liner gel onto my nail palette. So I don't think I mentioned that I'm going to be doing some V-French nails as well. So I am going to be using the blue liner gel just to do a side French first on one side. So I'm just going to be doing that. It was a tad bit difficult to do a V-French on these long nails. I really wasn't getting the angles right so that the V looks straight, so the lines on the V look straight. It was a tad bit challenging, but eventually I got it. And what I should have done first is apply the striping tape. That would have given me a guide of how to do the gel area, the liner gel area, if I had done the 3D striping tape first. So the blue gel liner is still wet on my nails. I didn't cure it. I realized that I was having issues in getting the V straight, so I didn't cure the liner gel yet. So I'm just placing the tape on the nail first just to get that idea. So how I apply the tape is how I would mimic how to do the blue area, the blue liner gel area. So I'm just trying to get a perfect straight line down the nail in a V. And then I went in with the blue liner gel on that area, and when I'm satisfied with that, I would cure for 30 seconds. So this is how the nail is looking, and I think it looks really good. So I decided to top coat it one time because I didn't want the striping tape to move. So I'm going to be top coating it just to seal in the striping tape, and then I cure for 30 seconds. And by the way, this nail set was inspired by a picture I saw on Instagram, so I'd leave the picture right here. I thought this nail set looked so good, so I wanted to recreate it, and I think I did well for myself. So let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. Now moving on to the middle nail, I am doing the same thing. So I thought the second time that I would have been doing it, I would have applied the striping tape first and then do the disco liner gel, but I didn't. So I guess I'm doing the same thing that I did on the index nail. So the disco liner gel would still be uncured when I am applying the striping tape to the middle nail. So I guess I learned my lesson when I reached to the pinky nail. So as you can see, I did place the striping tape on the pinky nail first and then applied the disco liner gel, which I should have done on the middle nail. I don't know why I did it like that, but anyway, I learned my lesson, better late than never. So I am just applying the disco liner gel to the pinky nail and then I cure that for 30 seconds. So this is how the nails are looking. Now I'm going to be applying my top coat to the middle nail and the pinky nail just to seal in the striping tape and curing both nails for 30 seconds. Now moving on to the thumbnail, I am doing the same thing. Next, I am applying my gel top coat to the thumbnail and curing that for 30 seconds. And I always cut the excess 3D striping tape after curing the top coat because I don't want the striping tape to move or anything like that. So that's why it's always best to cut it after applying the top coat. Now I did purchase this nail rhinestone kit from Amazon, so I'm just going to be doing a mini unboxing to show you all what I got. So I got 3 brushes and a tweezer, and I also got 3 rhinestone glues, which you're seeing right there, and then all of these rhinestones, and all of them came in some mini ziplocked bags. So I'm just going to be pouring out all of them into the compartments right here. I didn't show myself doing all of them actually, and I don't think I even poured all of them out. I only poured out some, and I made sure to use the ones that I poured out because it was a lot and I really didn't have time for that. So I am using my Makartt rhinestone glue because I didn't want to open the ones that I got when I already have this rhinestone glue right here. And I did already mapped out how I wanted the rhinestones to look on my nail. So I just placed the rhinestone glue and I'm just going to be applying the rhinestones to my ring nail. And then I flash cured the nail for 5 to 10 seconds, and then I cured in my bigger nail lamp for 30 seconds. So this is how the nails are looking, and I think they look so good. So now I'm just going to be applying my cuticle oil to rehydrate my skin and nails. So guys, this is my finished look. This is my ombre and V French nail design, and I think it turned out really good. I really loved how my ombre nails looked, and the V French nails look really good as well. I love my rhinestone placement, and everything about this nail set looks really good. Although it was a lot of work, I think this nail set can be beginner friendly. All you need to master is the ombre, which can be difficult at times, but it is still very doable in my opinion. You just have to practice, and practice makes progress. So yes, let me know what you guys think about this nail set in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys!